Hi everyone. In this video, I will be speaking about the ways that I supported Emily at school. Firstly, before I start listing all the ways I supported Emily, please note that this is an ongoing process. Whatever strategies you implement at the beginning of the year may very well change at any given moment, so that's just something to be made aware of the longer your child is at school. The very first thing I implemented was making sure that the school had as much information as possible regarding Emily and her needs prior to starting kindergarten. I'm not sure if anyone listening now listened to my previous videos, but I first started with ensuring that the school had all her updated reports prepared by her therapist. I prepared a developmental checklist with her daycare and preschool that was submitted to the school. And I also created a cheat sheet which outlined the main strategies based on certain behaviours to assist the school at the beginning of the school year. Another very important strategy that I implemented was visuals. We had many visuals prepared for every part of the school day. Inside, outside, lunch, crunch and sip, all her subjects, table time, worksheets, sitting with the class, library, art, you get the gist. I submitted an electronic copy of these visuals to the school, and I also made 2 copies and put them on lanyards for her teacher and aide. I also purchased for the school a bag of sensory toys and any other regulation tools she required, for example, floor chair, weighted lap blanket, etc. I made sure all of the above was either submitted the first week of school or prior to day 1 of starting kindy. I felt for my daughter that these were the most essential items to have for the first few weeks of term. Again, I have to point out this is forever changing all year. Some things work and then they wouldn't, so we would introduce new strategies or tools. The best example I can give you is that there's a few weeks left of school and I've purchased something brand new that she's never used all year that I'm hoping will help regulate Emily at school. I think the most important thing is communication between the teacher and the parent and aide. As I mentioned previously, Emily's first teacher and I had a great rapport. I have the same relationship with her new teacher and her aides. Given Emily's severe speech delay, I had no way of actually knowing how her day was. I couldn't ask her. So I had to talk to her teacher every day and ask how she went. Gradually over time, we developed this pattern of speaking very briefly for a few minutes every day after school about how she went. If we wanted to go into more detail, we would even talk via email. I'm forever appreciative of that. If there was an issue, the teacher would address it with me immediately. I would then talk with her therapist and we would work on those issues and discuss new strategies, which were then reiterated to a teacher and aide via face-to-face or email. Again, Emily's teachers and aides were outstanding in wanting to implement any strategies that were suggested. Strong communication between the teacher and the parent is essential in not just in supporting your child, but in supporting the teacher and aide and other staff and students as well. Constant, open and honest discussions is essential because it allows your child to grow in this school setting. The way I supported the school was simply being there for them and supporting them in any way they needed me. I made myself available to them. They prepared resources for Emily. I also prepared resources for Emily where I thought she needed them. I helped them interpret strategies prepared by Emily's therapist. Academically, I asked them what she needed extra help with and I worked on that with her at home. Her teacher and aide were very kind enough to even give me worksheets that I could use to help Emily academically at home. I could spend the rest of my life thanking everyone at that school and it will never be enough. Again, it's the end of the year and I'm still forever working on new strategies. I recently introduced a new communication method at the school, and that is a daily communication sheet. I created this sheet in a way for her aide to fill out and submit to me at the end of every day. It's written in such a way that it should only take a few minutes to fill out. I didn't want it taken longer than a few minutes to fill out. It would cover what happened in the morning, midday, and after lunch. It covered the important areas for Emily, task completion, behaviour, if she was dysregulated, etc. The sheet is a work in progress. We've been using it for just over a week. Again, strategies are always changing. The best advice I have regarding supporting your child at school is establishing a communication schedule with your child's teacher or aide. I think it's essential that you speak regularly. You can directly ask them what type of communication they are comfortable with. And I think it's imperative to establish that at the beginning. And it's important that the school knows that you would like to talk to them regularly. It doesn't have to be every day. It can be once a week or once every 2 weeks, but it is critical that it is regular. You know, as I mentioned, Emily's first teacher and I spoke every day, and when she got her new teacher, I said to her, look, what are you comfortable with? We don't have to talk every day. Let's talk how often you would like it. I would like it that we spoke regularly. Again, very blessed. She was more than happy to talk with me almost every day or every second day. Another thing I strongly recommend is that you give the teachers and aides and all other staff members patience, understanding, kindness and support wherever possible, especially when our kids are having a hard day. I think that can really go a long way. When I went looking for resources, I didn't really find anything I liked, so I created my own, and I'm more than happy to share these with anyone should they require them. I hope this little video helped you in any way possible. Again, if you'd like to speak to me directly, I'm more than happy to do that. Thank you.